Joined by the manufacturing circle's Coenraad Bezuidenhout for a better understanding on the current state of the sector. Coenraad, thanks indeed for coming in.
It's good to be here.
Let's just start with the latest news. Minister Rob Davies here confirming that government will impose a 10% duty on imported Chinese steel. What do you make of that move?
Well, manufacturers are free traders, but they're also fair traders. And for us to be able to trade fair, we need to make sure that the competition that we compete against in our domestic market and overseas are not unfairly incentivized. There is a steel glut on the market. There is a strong suspicion that there's dumping taking place and underhanded trade practices to get that Chinese steel onto our market. And that is why this tariff increase, which is completely above board in terms of WTO regulations and otherwise, have been instituted. It is a small tariff increase. It won't impact prices hugely. It is under understanding that domestically price increases won't be handed down to domestic buyers of steel, and so that it wouldn't undermine manufacturing further in the domestic economy.
Oh, but I mean, the issue goes beyond steel, doesn't it? The Circle have said for months that cheap imports overall is really inhibiting the sector.
Yeah, and look, we've already in South Africa had a situation where we've lost ferromanganese, we've lost ferrochrome. We don't want to lose our ability to manufacture steel in South Africa, because it would really put us in a situation where we lose a significant chunk of our manufacturing ability and hollow out the manufacturing in South Africa.
All right. Just moving forward, when you look at your manufacturing survey for the second quarter, I mean, it says that there were only 20% of companies which reported an increase in the number of employees they have taken in. So we're in a state now where certainly no jobs are being created here. We know that.
Yes, look, we've been warning for some time on the basis of information that we're getting through our quarterly surveys. So this is not just opinion or perception, that manufacturing risks shedding more jobs on the back of substitution of imported components for components that were formerly domestically manufactured, and also on the back of mechanization. And that is really a move to diversify away from risks such as electricity interruptions and instability in the labor market, and to ensure a stability of supply to our export markets.
Yeah. We were talking off air when we spoke about productivity levels from workers, and incidentally, or shall I say ironically, it's those sectors that are mechanized that are giving you better productivity figures. It's a bit of a scary outlook though, although it's positive.
Yes, we've got some of the most efficient car manufacturing plants in South Africa in the world, but those are highly mechanized plants, and that is why they are able to be so efficient. Even they get hit by supply constraints and so on when there's industrial action in the motor industry. But that is a particular industry where there is a great understanding between government and the private sector. There is a supportive incentive package that makes sure that there's a lot of money coming back into the fiscus as a result of us having that manufacturing activity in South Africa.
All right, we're going to get into some of these factors after the break, but let me just point something out to you very quickly. Your surveys quarter after quarter basically have the same theme running through it. I mean, you have commodity prices, that's a factor, labor issues, irregular power supplies, and of course policy. Is there a silver lining in any of these at the moment?
No, look, ironically, because of the situation around electricity supply, therein lies opportunity for manufacturers, because we need embedded generation capacity. It would be greater if there was regulatory systems in place that actually encourage manufacturers to be independent power producers, because they would be ready to invest in that. There is capital to invest, but they need to invest that in projects that will have take off and on which there will be to return power, certainly one of those.
All right, we'll take a closer look at those factors when we come back. More news coming up after the break. Stay with us.